Okay, so yes to education, no to gadgets. And I want to bring up this subject because I'm not telling you that fancy blow dryers and flat irons and curling irons and they have an array of different blow dryers also curl your hair and set your hair. And I'm just like you. I'm all over Instagram. I'm scrolling and people come and sit in my chair and they ask me about these gadgets. The consumers do. But what do I lean on? I lean on my experience and I lean on my education. So should you go to this hair show in Las Vegas coming up June 25th? It's $110 for a 3-day ticket. You can get 25% off with the coupon, the link that I provided on the previous episode. So check that out if you didn't listen to yesterday's episode. What do I tell my clients when they ask me about these blow dryers, these flat irons, these hairsprays? I say the same thing every time. Well, how often are you using them? How do you blow dry your hair? Oh, I don't really blow dry. I don't know how to round brush my hair. That's why I'm asking you about this gadget. Okay, you don't have to round brush your hair. How are you blow drying your hair? Well, and then I walk them through. So as I'm blow drying their hair, I'm making sure that their roots, the first half inch, is blow dried completely 90 degrees off of their scalp, so they get lots and lots of volume. Then I focus on the next 3 inches of their hair. After I'm able to control their hair in those first 3 inches, I stop blow drying and I say, do you see how smooth your hair is? Because I'm using a round brush, but again, like I said in the magic of a blow dry episode, even though I'm using a round brush, I'm showing them you do not have to turn the brush. I'm just brushing the hair over and over and over again, because those bristles, like I mentioned before, they work like teeny tiny little mini flat irons for each individual hair strand. And they're spreading the product that a lot of people don't use. And when they go to the hair salon, you put the product in their hair and you say, have you purchased a heat protectant? Have you purchased a blow drying lotion, right? So it's every single client. I do this and then I show them, see how smooth the first 3 inches of your hair are and see the control you have over the shape. Now feel your ends, and they can feel their midstrand and their ends. And they're still damp, people with relatively controllable hair, it's like not super, super curly or frizzy. I say to them, don't you see how even if you just did this before you walked out of the door for work, you could literally wear your hair air dried and it would have a beautiful shape because it looks nice and finished at the root area and in those first however many inches. Then I show them, okay, now let's time how anyway, like I just time the amount of time it takes to finish their blow dries. Basically, I walk them through their own blow drying class. And that's what I was just trying to do with you guys is just give you another quick reiteration of a quick blow drying class. But again, going back to the hair show, there's going to be so many gadgets, guys, vendors galore. And I already looked up some of the classes that are being offered. The first class that I went to was a haircutting class, and it was a gentleman, and I tried to find him on Instagram, and I couldn't find him on Instagram. So he's offering classes, and he's offering classes in New York. So he's on this hair show tour. But if you don't really know what you're getting out of an instructor, there are so many amazing instructors online now that have online tutorials. I would say if you're going to go to the hair show, only go to education classes that are free, because free is always in my budget. 100%. Once you get those foundations of how to cut long layers, how to cut a one length haircut, how to cut a gentleman's haircut for a man, then you can start exploring and knowing how you want to spend money within your education realm. the gadgets, if they are plugged into a wall, and I know that there's a line of flat irons and curling irons out there that claim like they're better for your hair. And I just am letting you know they're really expensive, regardless if they're good for your hair or not. They're not for you in cosmetology school. That's not what's going to make or break you as a hairstylist. What's going to make or break you as a hairstylist is your confidence and your ability to sit with a client and let them know that I can color your grays. And when I cut your hair, I'm not going to cut too much, and I'm going to give you a nice blow dry. That will carry you so much further than educating clients on extremely expensive gadgets. And we all fall into that trap. I fell into that trap. Bought a really expensive blow dryer that's nice and cute. It's fine. It blow dries hair, but I've had better blow dryers for $50. I'm not going to lie to you. But does that mean I'm going to go out and buy a different blow dryer? No, I'm just going to use this blow dryer until it burns out. And then I'm never going to buy a super expensive blow dryer again. Because as a hairstylist, as cosmetologists, we only buy the things that work. Does that mean at some point in your career, you will buy something really expensive and you're glad you spent money on it? Yes. Where did I spend my money? On my shears. I have extremely expensive shears. The most expensive set of shears, though, that I have, they were gifted to me by a senior hairstylist that I worked for. So going back, and especially as you go into this week of cosmetology school, I know you have a lot on your brain. I know you're nervous about if this is the right decision for you, but I just watched, this financial show about the stock market, and you know what they're saying about the stock market right now? It's June 14th, 2022, and they're saying only buy companies in the stock market of companies that make things that do things. Well, I got news for you. You're investing in that thing, and it's your two hands and you. And you're investing in you, and you make things, and you make something that needs to be recreated over and over and over again. No time, anytime soon, are they replacing and outsourcing a hairstylist. Guaranteed. You're cool. So just focus on what you need to do in cosmetology school today. And if you find your mind wandering, remember, you can always go back to these episodes and think about, okay, have I done marketing for my business? Have I tried to follow someone that, a mentor that I really enjoyed just going through their entire Instagram? You don't have to follow a ton of people. If you fall in love with 3 or 4 people's Instagram, good for you. Whatever keeps you motivated. Just make sure that you're staying on course.